What is up, everybody? Welcome back. We have another anniversary challenge video, and today I am going to show the gameplay for me actually completing part 10 of the anniversary challenge with a level 60 gear 10 team. Now, if you saw my previous anniversary challenge videos, I got stuck, I think, at part 5. Couldn't get past part 6. But I made a couple adjustments, used a specific team, increased one of the abilities, and kind of went in with a different strategy, and it worked. Went through the entire thing. We're going to take a look at that in just a moment, but I'm going to go over what team I used. If you were able to complete this, man, let me know in the comments. Let me know what team you guys use so we could give, I don't know, maybe give other ideas for other people. Maybe they don't have these characters, but I just wanted to let everybody know and show the gameplay. You can complete this with a level 60 gear tier 10 team. Now, really the only difference between the team that I used in the first anniversary challenge and in this one was this morning I was able to increase or legendary power Lex's 2, the LexCorp Nano Meds. Now, the legendary power for this purges 2 debuffs and applies 20% turn meter to all allies, and I think that is one of the most crucial things in trying to complete this, at least for me, is being able to have that control, being able to have that turn meter to go multiple times before the other team goes. So let's get into the gameplay. Part 10, this is pre-recorded, so it will go a lot faster. This last battle took me 14 minutes to get done without me doing commentary, but I have Cersei, I have Miss Martian, I have Donna Troy. All 4 of these characters are level 60, gear tier 10, completely maxed out abilities as far as I can do it at being level 60. So throughout the battle, I'm going to try to give you my ideas, and if you use these specific characters, you know, what can you do and how can you control the battle? Because obviously when you face level 80, they're level 80 characters. Obviously when you face them, and if they hit you, they're certainly going to do some damage. So there are certainly a lot of key things that, especially with these characters and with this synergy, that you really need to keep in mind. And one is, of course, Donna Troy. When the battle initially starts, Donna Troy is going to put awarenesses on the entire team. The bad thing about this, which is probably going to make it impossible to do 3-star, is that Donna Troy has taunt. And so the last couple battles, Donna Troy dies immediately, almost immediately. And then once she gets that enrage, then she will no longer taunt, and then Cersei can revive her, and then I can heal her back up, put on the overheal, put on the buffs, while continuing applying awareness to the entire team. So if you don't know about the passives, first passive that you need to keep in mind is Donna Troy's. Donna Troy has a passive to where if a teammate, on a teammate's turn, if they have 6 plus buffs, she's going to purge 2 of those buffs, apply an awareness, and apply turn meter. So, and do cooldown reduction on all of the abilities. So that is certainly one of the key aspects of it. Applying awareness to all of the teams, keeping the buffs up on the entire team, and applying multiple stacks of awareness. As we get through this, you'll see that some of these, Cersei, Lex, Miss Martian, will have 10, 15 stacks of awareness. I mean, that is crucial when you're trying to fight, you know, teams that have a comp that is way stronger than you, right? And I guess the next thing you got to really think about is Cersei's ultimate, for one, her 3rd ability, where she does turn down meter and clears debuffs. Now, it doesn't apply any buffs to any teammates, but she can apply stun to the rest of the team. Now, I used that, obviously, anytime it came up to apply the turn down meter. But another crucial part of Cersei is that her basic will apply int downs to any person. So whoever she hits with her basic, she'll apply, I think, 2 int downs to them. And that, again, is crucial when it comes to Miss Martian, because Miss Martian is an intelligence-based character. She stacks multiple int ups, and she can absolutely pop these people once she gets a lot of int ups. They have a lot of int downs. And it works out really nice. And then, of course, we have Lex. Now, Lex, he can purge buffs with his 1. He can do an ultimate, which is intelligence based as well. And that kind of helps. But the whole idea for Lex is his 2 and his passive. His 2 is his heal or overheal. And then with the legendary power that I added just this morning, it will now also purge 2 debuffs on each person on the team. So no longer do I have to worry about Miss Martian purging debuffs. Lex can also purge debuffs, and he also applies, what was it, 20% turn meter to the entire team. So it keeps me ahead of everybody as well. So that's really nice. And then we finally get down to Miss Martian, who is obviously the MVP of this. A lot of her abilities work really well with this. And first up, we're just going to talk about her basic. Now, the legendary power that I have her at L4. I do have the legendary power on her basic. And so her basic will apply int ups to her every single basic. And they are permanent int ups. So that's really nice because of the fact that since she's an intelligence-based character, Cersei can apply int down with her basic. Miss Martian stacks int ups. Just keep basic, basic, basic. And so I found myself that if I don't do her 3 that often, if I don't do her 2 that often, once I have stacked the awarenesses and the shields and all that stuff, I don't need extra shields. I don't need the extra strength ups or int ups from Miss Martian's 3. What I need is Miss Martian to stack those int ups with their basic. And so I found myself getting better success by basicking more and more and more and stacking. She also has a pretty fantastic passive in the fact that when a teammate gets a buff, if any teammate gets a buff, then she has, I think, a 75% chance of gaining 4 int ups every time a team gets buffed, or anytime a teammate gets buffed. And so, obviously, she has so many int ups right now. She has so many awarenesses right now that it's really hard to see like how many she actually has. But with Lex's passive, how it applies speed constantly, it applies buffs constantly. Miss Martian can apply buffs to herself, which then triggers Lex, which applies more buffs. And all of those buffs being applied to the entire team, then Miss Martian can apply 4 int ups. All of those times, it's only like 75% chance, but she still applies all of those buffs to the entire team, or to herself. And I just found that obviously by looking at this gameplay, you know, you can tell that once, you know, we're facing Superman right here. This is a level 80. I don't know their gear, but level 80. And as Cersei is applying these int downs, Miss Martian has a bunch of int ups, and she can just pop. She can just pop with all of the int ups she has, and she is definitely a really hard-hitting character. And it didn't take as long as I initially thought it would. Like that last hit right there, man, she took just absolutely destroyed him. I'm going to count to see how many times they get the... Oh, and there's another thing with Cersei's 3 is that she has an opportunity. One of her passives is that every single one of Cersei's attacks, she does have a chance, a small percent chance. I'm not sure exactly what percent chance, but it is a percent chance that you will stun the team or stun that particular person. And so that's nice. Donna Troy also has a stun with her basic. So even though that Donna Troy is enraged and she's only going to basic, she could also as well get a stun in there too. So, I mean, once we got going, right? Once we got going, once we got the buffs, once we got all of these 10, 15, 20 stacks of awareness, that it really didn't matter at that point. Like, it really didn't make a difference. We had plenty of control with the turn down meter. We had plenty of control keeping those buffs moving. Lex applying speed constantly. Going towards the end, though, I think that the awareness has started. Yeah, like right here you see Lex. He only has a couple of awarenesses. So there could have been a point, like one of the bad things about not using Miss Martian's 3 and keep trying to stack those ups is that Miss Martian's 3 will apply buffs to the entire team. I think she applies 2 int ups, 2 strength ups to the entire team. And so you want to keep stacking those buffs, because the problem is that if you don't keep stacking the buffs, then when you go, Donna Troy's passive will activate, and if you only have 6 or 8 buffs, it's possible that Donna Troy strips the awarenesses away, which you don't want to do, and so you end up with obviously less awarenesses than when you started. So that's why it's always important to try to keep 10, 15 buffs on your characters at all times. Keep doing the speed up for Lex, his ability 2, every single time. And every time at least it comes up. And that way you can keep the buffs up, you can keep the awarenesses up. Look at that hit by Miss Martian, man. 47,000. Now that might not be a lot, you know, comparative to what I've seen, like actual numbers. But again, you got to realize that these are level 80 characters we're facing here. And Miss Martian is only a level 60 character, only a gear 10 character, and she is popping for like 40,000, 35,000 against these level 80 characters. And so yeah, it was pretty nice, pretty amazing. Martian Manhunter is a character, obviously, now that I've gotten to level 60, try to get competitive. He is a character I see all of the time in PvP. He is difficult to face. Like when you have team comps that synergize, and I mean, he can almost go good in lead. He's almost one of those like Lex guys where you put him as lead and he can help just about anybody, right? He can help just about anybody, I think. I mean, from what I understand, from what I look at, I mean, I'm not obviously an expert by any sort of the imagination, but he certainly feels like he can help anybody. And I only had, I think I'm at 2. I just pretty much got what I could get from, I think, the PvP store. Is that where you get it from? Just the initial like 15 shards or 15 fragments that you get from buying it for like 9,000 credits in the PvP store or something. And that's the, you know, most, it was the Alliance store. That's what it was. It was in the Alliance store. And so to get an extra 50 Martian Manhunter, and if I could do it tomorrow as well and have the same results tomorrow, then that's an extra 100. Now, I initially thought I would only get the blue ability material and the green ability material, but I'm actually getting, you got 5 rebirth tokens, and that one let's see, one of them had 5 rebirth tokens, one of them had 2 rebirth tokens, 20 Alan Scott shards, I think. Oh, that was an early one. 30 cheetah fragments, and then 2 rebirth tokens, 5 rebirth tokens, and then this one we got 50 Martian Manhunter, which is absolutely fantastic. Anyways, guys, that is gonna do it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed. I just wanted to show everybody that it is possible to be able to get through this at level 60, gear 10, and obviously you need the right team comp. Obviously you need right synergy. You can't just get level 60 and throw any level 60 in there. You have to be able to have some sort of strategy behind it, but at least with these 4 characters, at least the 4 characters that I used, it is 100% possible. And I think that the critical thing for me, at least, it feels like anyway, I mean, last time we did this, I struggled once I got to part 6. But this morning, after getting that second ability on Lex to the legendary power, getting that extra 20% speed or 20% turn meter, and being able to clear 2 debuffs so I didn't have to worry about Miss Martian doing it, that it helped. It helped so much. And yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed. And like I said, Lex is L2, Donna Troy was L2, Miss Martian's L4, and Cersei is L3. So no rebirths, no L5s, none of any of that stuff, just straight level 60, gear 10, and yeah, we got it done. We got it done. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. We have, obviously, the new event coming out in a couple hours, which I think it's a couple hours. No, just an hour. So we're going to get on that. Indigo 1. This is going to be the first challenge in which I've done in months in which you cannot use Lex. So I don't know whether or not we'll be able to get this one done or not. We'll just have to see how it goes. But hopefully y'all enjoyed. Y'all have a great weekend. I'll see y'all again soon. Y'all take it easy. I am out. Peace.